This again is an exceptional vineyard that has a lot of vegetative growth. We've actually had to trim the canes twice because of the amount of growth that's happened this season. This vineyard at this point in time has not received any irrigation at all, supplemental irrigation. There's a lot of water holding capacity in these soils. But again, with all of this type of growth, this lateral growth that's here, it also produces a vast amount of second crop. And these clusters are relatively large, and there's a lot of laterals in here. So an event the crew will have to do in lieu of thinning the crop is actually removing the second crop from the vines. And a second crop is basically what it sounds like. A second crop, it's a crop that will come after the primary crop. So with the amount of second crop that would be eliminated, it's also taken away the maturity factors of the primary crop that is down here in this area, for example. So again, this is a primary cane. This is a lateral, and second crop usually grows on laterals. And this year it's very prolific, but it's something that we have to deal with. And there's a fair amount of second crop, the hard green fruit, that is also on these vines. So pulling it off by hand, much the same as I'm doing, shears if need to be, has to happen. But there is a significant amount, in my opinion, probably more so than the primary crop. But if we're going to mature the primary crop, removing the second crop is important. One of the things you might notice in this particular row, in this particular vineyard, there's essentially permanent culture planted about a third of the way down, and then the other part of the vineyard has a seed culture called Max Organic blend that is put in, and it is ultimately cultivated in. And one of the reasons this is here is because we need to control the vigor in the vines in a natural way, not just through pruning, not through irrigation or fertilizer, but in a fashion that we can have permanent culture that actually absorbs some of the moisture, some of the extra nutrients that are found in particular parts of this vineyard block. Whereas parts of it is not vigorous enough, and we have a different kind of seed culture planted, which you cannot see now, but ultimately after harvest will be planted. It will enhance the soil, provide more nutrients and organic matter to that soil. So this is a particular row that's within this block that kind of gives us a challenge of manageability, because we have to mow certain areas, we have to weed eat certain areas, and we have to cultivate certain areas.